Vitalik Buterin reveals his own metaverse. The co-founder of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, during TechCrunch Disrupt London 2015, said that crypto and blockchain will run the metaverse. He then wrote an article about what human cities will look like in the metaverse future. What new ways of living will be possible if humanity merges the physical world, or meat space as Vitalik calls it, with the virtual world. Hey guys, glad to have you back. For today's video, we have a lot of juicy news for you. We are going to talk about the Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin's revelation of his very own metaverse. So, what really is the metaverse? By when is it gonna come into existence? Moreover, how will this metaverse be operated? So, if you're someone who likes to stay updated about the current cryptocurrency matters, you're in the right place. Make sure to watch the video until the very end. Before diving into the video, if you love money and crypto, like the video and subscribe to the channel to watch more such videos. So without further ado, let's get into the video, shall we?
You want to win an iPhone 12, maybe a MacBook Pro. How about $500 cash? You decide. All you have to do is comment the secret hidden message somewhere in this video and leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel so we can keep affording these giveaways.
Vitalik Buterin titled his paper Crypto Cities. Now, the possibility is that these could either be totally new cities created from nothing, or they could be built to merge with cities that already exist. To be honest, it actually sounds kinda crazy, but huge cities are genuinely exploring these ideas in the real world. For example, Miami has Miami Coin, and Reno, Nevada has also been exploring all kinds of possibilities. One idea the Reno mayor put forward was turning the sculpture called the Space Whale in the middle of the city into an NFT. We believe it's proof that crypto is finally being considered a practical way of improving society. Now, the question is, what exactly is Vitalik so interested in? The possibilities, of course, are endless. Could you imagine cities with their own cryptocurrencies? Cities with NFTs and with decentralized autonomous organizations? Do you guys know that using the blockchain technology in real-world cities will improve everyday processes? With this, you can make them more reliable and transparent. A place where anyone can go and check that things are working as intended. If it is really gonna be like that, count us in. With the amount of distrust that's in the world today, it sounds like we need this and fast. One possibility Vitalik discussed is a fungible and divisible token linked to a real-life city. He believes that if done correctly, this will emotionally link a citizen to the city that they live in. By holding some city tokens, that would be incentivizing to improve the city, and by doing so, they would improve the value of those tokens, which would generate wealth for the holder. Sounds amazing, right? Vitalik outlined some important things to consider. For example, he thinks that this kind of economic model should not steal from the existing tax revenue. Rather, it should find new sources of revenue. It should also try and incentivize actual citizens of the city to hold tokens instead of some hedge fund in another city or country. One way of making this work is by giving free parking to citizens who own over a certain number of tokens. This creates real-world value for actual citizens. Vitalik also thinks it's important to use this city's token economic model to help and encourage people to build wealth. The push that society gives people in today's world to build wealth is to purchase their own home. In a new crypto city, Metaverse, this could be taken to a whole new level with gamification. A final point that he made was that the economic model needs to be fair or egalitarian. In no way should it favor the wealthy over the poor. His idea to prevent this is to allocate a large portion of new issuance to residents as a universal basic income. In fact, Vitalik recently brought up a citizenship NFT for a certain project, and it cost him 0.25 Ethereum. That project is sitting down on their website, and it says, "We're building a city on the Ethereum blockchain." The clue is in the tagline, because they intend on slowly creating a brand new city in Wyoming and having it run and managed by the community. In fact, they already own a piece of the land. It's worth mentioning that this is a very different attempt at a crypto city than Miami or Reno, as the physical infrastructure of those cities already exist. However, with the city down, everything will be built from scratch. They are in the very early stages, and Vitalik himself highlights that this is one way of doing this kind of experiment. He even described it as a radical experiment. The fact that he invested in it makes it clearly worth looking at. The next step for the city is to unleash Parcel Zero onto the Ethereum blockchain. This will be the first piece of land that they sell, and it will be owned by the DAO and by individuals. The cool part is that the land and what happens to it really will be linked to the blockchain. This is because Wyoming implemented a new law this year which paves the way forward for decentralized land ownership. They did this by recognizing DAO governance of LLC corporations as legitimate. This means that the community that makes up the DAO has legal status equal to a person or legal entity. The community can then build on Ethereum and do cool things with the land. Who knows what they will do? Again, this is just another piece of evidence that mass adoption is slowly creeping up on us. But a lot of you must be wondering what kinds of things will happen in a community-run city. Let's take a look at an interesting example as an answer, which is advertisements. The price of an advert could be decided in real time by voting. If the advert is of poor quality, people won't like it. They can then vote it down, which would decrease the price for the advertiser to run that advert. On the contrary, if people really like an advert, they can vote it up. And if enough people did this, it would become cheaper for the advertiser. A system like this incentivizes originality and creativity because it would be more cost-effective to create a fun and exciting advert. It would also give something for people to do on the long commute to work, so that's nice. Oddly enough, this would make the city itself just that little bit nicer. Why? Because the adverts plastered all over the place would constantly be under evaluation by the general public. The idea is that something like this would somewhat increase the value of the city token, which would generate wealth for citizens who own the token. Of course, this wouldn't work with just one simple idea like this, but if you had hundreds or thousands of small systems like this, well, that would surely improve the quality of the city. It would be interesting if Elon Musk decided to merge Starbase with the blockchain someday. You guys must be aware of the fact that Musk is also planning on building up a city over the next coming years, which will serve as a hub for all things SpaceX. Employees will live there, tourists will come and visit, and so on. Since he is a man of the future and he showed interest in cryptocurrencies, it wouldn't be too crazy to think that Starbase could one day be a crypto city. The cool thing about this concept of crypto cities is that they don't all have to implement every single idea. This would allow citizens of a city to feel more in control of the things that happen and how things are done. It may even be the case that in the future, people will look back at how we are currently running things and be terribly confused at how a society could even run that way. Vitalik also talked about the more hardcore stuff like countrywide democratic voting. You know, like voting who is the next president of the United States. Now, the problem with this power is that it's much more difficult to do with blockchain technology. This is not only because of the sheer volume needed, but also because of the need for bulletproof security and privacy. This is why Vitalik is so interested in local government. He says, quote, "If humanity is ever going to move to electronic voting at all, local government seems to be the perfect place to start." To be fair, he's right. With something this important, it's smarter to start at the lower levels so that the technology can be proven to be reliable before implementing it at higher levels. Once a few counties vote leaders into power using blockchain technologies, other counties will be forced to act, because not adopting a verifiable and reliable method of digital voting will by itself call into question the honesty of a government. That said, that's it for today's video. If you want to continue to know more about Shiba Inu, XRP, or Ethereum, we have more videos waiting for you on our channel to check out. The data and analysis given in this video does not comprise investment advice, financial advice, trading advice, or any other sort of advice and should not be treated as any of the content as such. We hope that the video was very helpful to you regarding your cryptocurrency concerns and questions. Tell us in the comments section what you think about Vitalik Buterin's Metaverse. Are you looking forward to it? Also, tell us what you want to see next. Don't forget to hit the bell icon, and we'll see you in the next video.